welcome to this custom deep dive. If you buy coffee and the barista accidentally charges you double, you don't just walk away.
No, of course not. You claim your refund.
Right, exactly. It's just basic fairness. But 2,000 years ago, the Apostle Paul took that exact concept of basic fairness and intentionally shredded it.
He really did.
Yeah, so today we are analyzing a stack of theological reflections in Scripture, specifically 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 11 through 18. We're focusing on this tension between claiming personal rights and practicing, radical sacrifice.
It's a fascinating contrast.
It really is. Our mission today is to discover why an ancient apostle intentionally gave up what he was owed and what that actually means for our modern, rights-obsessed culture.
So, okay, let's unpack this.
Well, to really understand how radical the source material is, we first have to contrast it with our modern default setting.
Right.
Because the sources note that today, failing to claim your rights basically makes you look foolish. I mean, society goes to incredible lengths to protect individual rights. Oh, totally. The text even cites the creation of the U.S. Bill of Rights to safeguard them.
Exactly. But it also warns that this is morphing into outright selfishness. Today, people are outraged by personal slights, but they just quickly ignore the rights of others.
Yeah, it's that belief that you can only help others after your own rights and comforts are fully secured.
Right. And when you look at Paul in this scripture, he is doing the exact opposite.
So what does this all mean? I mean, it's like a high-powered consultant delivering a massive project and then intentionally tearing up their own paycheck. It just doesn't make any sense.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, Paul deliberately challenged the spirit of his age. He refused his rightful claims entirely so his message wouldn't be hindered.
Right, because taking payment back then carried heavy implications, didn't it?
It really did. In the ancient world, it meant you became a client to a wealthy patron.
So you basically owed them loyalty.
Exactly. And Paul couldn't afford to have the gospel look like it was bought and paid for by Corinth's elite.
Which is wild, because legally and morally, he had the right to this paycheck. Walk me through his logic there.
So he argues that sowing spiritual seeds entitles him to reap material things. He even points to temple workers.
Right, they get to literally eat the food brought to the temple.
Yeah, exactly. Yet he endures everything to present the gospel free of charge. He frames his preaching not as this career flex, but as a mandatory stewardship entrusted to him.
Like a household manager.
Precisely. Stewardship in Paul's day meant being a manager for a master. He viewed himself as an enslaved servant given a specific, unavoidable duty.
Wow.
Yeah, so preaching wasn't a point of pride, it was an absolute necessity.
Well, here's where it gets really interesting, because from a strategic standpoint, isn't sacrificing your own well-being kind of unsustainable? I mean, couldn't he just take the material support to fund and expand his mission?
What's fascinating here is that strategically, yeah, it is unsustainable. Refusing support meant he had to do manual labor, making tents just to survive.
Wait, really? He made tents?
Yeah, it severely limited his resources. But for Paul, the ultimate reward wasn't, financial compensation.
Right.
His reward was the absolute certainty that he wasn't creating any obstacles in the way of the gospel of Christ.
He weaponized his own lack of rights. So bringing this directly to you, the listener, it shows that true freedom might not just be the ability to aggressively demand your rights.
No, true freedom might actually be possessing the strength to willingly surrender them for a higher purpose.
Totally. It completely flips our modern understanding. So I want to leave you with a direct question drawn from the source's reflection notes.
It's a tough one.
It really is. Is there a personal right, a comfort, or a preference you are holding on to so tightly right now that it might actually be an obstacle to the spiritual good of others?
Something to really think about.
Next time you find yourself aggressively claiming exactly what you're owed, maybe ask yourself if tearing up the paycheck might sometimes be the more powerful move.